Hey guys, how you going? And welcome back to another Cricket 24 video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my settings and sliders that I use to play the game. So first of all, we'll have a look at our settings. So we'll just look at the general settings here. So these are the sort of the gameplay ones. So it's just different formatting. Doesn't really do too much for the game. Ball trail I keep on. Can keep it off though. Doesn't really matter. Just helps me see the ball in the outfield pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much it there for the gameplay ones. If you guys want to take a closer look at it, then just pause the video and have a look. But anyway, onto the controls. I'll use Pro / Classic controls for everything. So for the batting, the pace bowling, and the spin bowling, I changed the leave button to X. I'm using a PS5, so I've got it to X instead of, I think it's L3 or R3. Sometimes I knock that by mistake, which would make me leave the ball when I didn't want to, so I changed it to X and have no issues there, and the rest is just default there. So next up, the cameras, they also default as well. So for the bowling camera, bowling far, broadcast 3 for fielding, batting far for batting and running, and no filters there. I keep the Pro Cam catch camera on. And yeah, I don't change these at all. These are the default ones in case you are wondering. Audio, once again, a preference. So I just keep the menu music off because otherwise I'll get copyright striked when I do videos. Also turn the commentary straight down to 0 as soon as I get the game, and I think the game is better for it. Some other options that I changed, the accessibility options. So when I'm batting in career mode, you'll see a white circle. You also see like the ball trail is white as well. That's just so it makes it harder for me to know what sort of length it is. It's still pretty easy because I've got the ball marker there where the ball's pitching, but it just makes it a touch harder. So for all the lengths, I make it for the very full, good and short, that's white. Generic pitch marker color is black. And then, yeah, there's the other ones here, which I think are default. So the fielding ball marker color, field radar bowler color, and all of these ones are just kept as default. Moving on to the custom difficulties. Now I use two, one for the longer format, so 3 days for the club cricket and test matches. And then anything limited overs, I use the ODI T20 sliders. Don't worry about these other two here. So we'll dive into test first. Now these are ones that Gamer Pradosh did for Cricket 22 that I transferred over to Cricket 24. Made a slight couple tweaks just to make batting easier for me because I was really struggling. So the AI I've set to legend, striker timing, wicket chance 50 each, bowl quality down to 0, run rate down to 20. Now if you guys want to see more detailed information about each of these sliders, then I recommend checking out Gamer Pradosh's channel. He does quite a few videos on the sliders, and he's a lot more knowledgeable about it than me. So there's only a couple sliders that I really know about. The others, I'm just like, I'll just copy whatever he has, really. Next up, we've got bowling set to hardest. Automatic appeals and bowling action are all off. Ideal release window size has been, I think it's put down to 20, I think. Ideal foot plant window size down to 20. Spin difficulty 80 and bowling line sensitivity set to 90. Batting base difficulty hardest, footwork required yes, shot replacement off. If you're on an easier level, it would pretty much do a shot for you depending on which direction you go. So turning it off makes it harder, of course. Ball marker display time set to 5, so you don't have much time to see where the ball's going to be pitched. Early shot timing window to 2 and late shot timing window to 2. Shot timing difficulty 100, so that makes it a lot more difficult. If your timing is way off, then you're more likely to edge the ball. Advanced shot timing difficulty set to 70. Striker skill bonus, now I think this might be set to 0, but I'll put it to 5. So if you do strike the ball well and your skill level is high, then you sort of get a bonus skill there, so your shot might be a hit a bit more harder. Foot placement difficulty I've set to 80, bowl quality influence set to 100. So increasing this slider will increase the influence that the quality of the delivery has on the required quality of shot played. Just makes you play the shot on the merit. So if you play a poor shot to that ball, you might get out, will increase the risk of edging it. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Gamer Pradosh, on some of these, because there's potential that I am. Anyway, ideal input power boost set to 10. So if your input is ideal, you're going to get a little power boost there, so it sort of rewards good timing on a shot. Poor input power penalty, so when your input is set to poor, you're going to get penalized on that as how it should be. Power boost timing window, you have no power boost timing window there, so that's set to 0. On a full toss though, so it's like when you see a full toss, it should be easier to hit, so I've given myself a bit of a boost there, set to 10. Edges, good input influence set to 8, okay input influence set to 28, and poor set to 96. So if you do have a poor input, more likely to edge the ball. Edges low striker skill influence set to 1, also high striker. Timing window set to 100. Aggressive shot power boost 0, miss input influence 0, and miss skill influence set to 80. As for the fielding, I think I've just kept this as default, so no need to change anything there. Physics, now this is where some of the fun comes into it. Pace bowling at speed min set to 50, speed max set to 80, pace bowling bouncer length set to 50, spin bowling bounce set to 45, spin bowling flight set to 40, pace bowling swing to 80, pace bowling revolutions to 12, spin bowling drift 25, spin bowling revolutions 35, and then I think these 4 are all set to 50 are all default, so don't change those ones. Shot force set to 45, and then if, as you see, like when I play the game, the ball, when you bowl or batting, the ball seems to travel through a lot quicker for the bowler. That's because we've set these sliders to 80. So I think they're set to 50 on default. 80 just makes the ball come through a lot quicker. It makes it more realistic, makes it more of a challenge. I highly recommend changing these visual speeds to 80, maybe even quicker if you want to feel it, if you want to make it a bit more challenging. But 80 seems to be the sweet spot for me. As for the umpiring, I don't change this at all. So 99, 1, 90, 25, 80 for the bowler challenge, 10, 80, and 25. So I'm pretty sure that's set to default. And that is the test settings onto the ODIs and T20s. The majority of these are probably a bit more similar, except for the run rate. For the AI, they tend to hit the ball at a quicker rate. So AI set to legend, 50, 50, 20, 50. I think that's pretty much the same there. Bowling set to hardest, once again, pretty similar. The release window size 20 and the foot plant window size 20. Spin difficulty 80. Bowling line sensitivity 95. Batting hardest on and off again for footwork and shot replacement. Ball marker display time, giving myself a bit more time here. 15, so we can hit so we can try and hit some bigger shots. Because like in 3-day/test matches, you're not really going to try and hit the ball to the fence every time. This way, setting it a bit higher up makes it you've got more time to see the ball. So hopefully you should be able to hit a few more runs, go at a quicker rate for your own player. Early shot and late shot timing window set to 10. Shot timing difficulty 100 again. Advanced shot 70. Striker skill bonus once again 5. Foot placement difficulty 70. Bowl quality 100. Ideal input at 10. Poor input penalty at 100 here. 0 for power boost. 20 for full toss at the 1-dayers. Just to, if it is a full toss, you got more of a chance of hitting a nicer shot. Edges good, set to 8. 38 for okay edges. Poor input influence for edges, set to 98. Low striker skill influence 5. High striker skill influence 30. Timing window 100. Aggressive shot power boost 0. Miss input influence 0. And miss skill influence 95. Fielding, we don't change that again. We leave that to default. Physics 50 for speed min, speed max 85, 50 pace bowling bouncer length, 45 for the bowling bounce for spin, bowling flight set to 30 for spin, pace bowling swing 75, pace bowling revolutions 12, spin bowling drift 25, spin bowling revolutions 30, 70 for pitch friction. Now these ones are a bit different to the 3-day or to the test match sliders. 45 pitch bounce, 45 pitch ball friction, ball bounce set to 55, shot force 60, pace bowling visual speed 80, and pace bowling visual speed 75. I'm actually going to jump that up to 80 right now, so it's the same for the test match sliders. And now umpiring, exactly the same as the test ones, pretty sure they're default, and those ones are there. And there we have it. Those are the setters and sliders that I use to play the game in career mode, as well as any competitions that I may use down the track. If Gamer Pradosh does any other slider videos that make the game better, then I will try those. I'll implement them into the game, see how they go. If they work well, I'll do another video explaining my new slider choices. If not, just keep the same ones. They haven't steered me wrong so far. But yeah, once again, shout out to Gamer Pradosh for those sliders slightly tinkered with, just to make it a bit easier for me when I bat. Let me know your thoughts. I believe these sliders they're pretty handy for career mode. I think they up the difficulty as well as make it a bit more fun compared to just no sliders whatsoever. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you are feeling up to it, leave a comment down below. Really appreciating those. If you have any other ideas on what I could do next as a video, then yeah, leave a comment down below. But until then, take it easy.